Thank you, Dan, Dr. Camp, and Dr. Dom again for the kind invitation to speak this morning on a topic that I have a lot of um, passion towards and youth sports and prevention, especially of like overuse injuries. So this morning, speaking about early sport specialization, and I do have nothing to disclose other than I really wish Green Bay had a better season as well. The objectives of today's talk for looking through this, the big one I think that I want to look at especially is looking at some of this, identifying how programs around the sporting world have begun to address some of the sport participation and specialization. So we're going to get into looking at USA Baseball and what they're specifically doing and kind of dovetailing a little bit on Dr. Soma's talk. So youth sport participation, we're talking about an estimated 35 to 45 million youth ages 6 to 18 are participating in some kind of organized youth athletics. So a good amount of our population, with 69% of females, 75% of males participating in at least one team or club sport throughout the year. In a participation survey, we're starting to see it even coming closer to a younger age now. In 1997, a survey done looked at 9% of children under the age of 7 are participating in a team sport. In 2008, that repeat study looked at an increase up to 12% of children that are starting at a much younger age of organized team participation. So with this increased participation, there's obviously a trend towards earlier specialization in a single sport. So, as we probably all are aware, there's a lot of benefits to sport participation in general, one being a healthy lifestyle, a positive self-image, and developmental of social relationships within the team. So what is early specialization? The AOSSM kind of defined early specialization with 3 points, one being the participation in this intensive training or competition in organized sports greater than 8 months per year, participation in one sport to the exclusion of other sports, and this is primarily involving prepubertal children. So they're trying to talk to these early specialization is something that's involving prepubertal children. In 1993, in Psychological Review, Erickson and his team started looking at the role of deliberate practice and acquisition of expert performance. And they looked at this primarily looking at how do we turn our youth into experts in anything. This wasn't sports specific. In fact, in this model, they looked at musicians primarily and how young children acquire expertise. And what he kind of came to is he decided that what we needed to look at was deliberate practice. And this was essential to the development of his expertise in any domain. And he kind of used this musical model in which they looked at 10,000 hours of deliberate practice. So it wasn't 10,000 hours of just playing an instrument. It was this specific to the instrument. So very focused, diligent practicing. And he kind of worked on this